Mastercard just stepped into the XRP arena. Yes, that Mastercard. And it might actually be a plot twist that changes everything for XRP holders like me. You see, I've been holding XRP for years, riding the roller coaster of rumors and hopes. You know the ones, right? The wild price predictions, court case dramas, and endless debates. So when I heard whispers that Ripple partnered up with Mastercard, I couldn't ignore it. I thought, this can't be real, can it? So I had to find out if this was just more hype or the real deal that could finally bridge crypto and the mainstream. Here's a spoiler. It's real. And it's even bigger than I had expected. So by the end of this video, you're going to see why this partnership is such a game changer. And I'll share a personal project that I'm testing that could let you earn crypto with just your phone. No, seriously, real. So I've got this info on a limited time promo as well to score some free XRP just for yourselves. So stick around because this story just keeps getting better. So let's set the scene, right? It's early November 2025. At Ripple's annual Swell conference in New York, I'm tuning into it from here at home, of course. Eyes are glued to the screen as Ripple's CEO steps on stage and casually drops some pretty huge news. Ripple is teaming up with Mastercard, yes, one of the biggest payment giants on the planet. Now, the partnership also ropes in WebBank, a US, bank that you might know from the kind of Gemini credit card, right? And the Gemini crypto exchange. Now together, they're actually piloting something pretty bold, using a Ripple-issued stablecoin called RLUSD on their XRP Ledger to settle credit card payments in near real time. In plain English here, they're trying to replace the conventional, slow financial rails that move money when you swipe your card, with the zippy blockchain transactions on the XRP's ledger. I was stunned because, for someone who's watched XRP mostly from the sidelines of traditional finance, this kind of felt like seeing a door open that's been locked for years. And apparently, I wasn't the only one doing a bit of a double take. Crypto Twitter, of course, lit up. And one well-known XRP community member who goes by XRP Investing even listed 10 big reasons why this Mastercard deal could be a turning point for XRP. Yeah, 10. Now, I won't bore you with all of the details by just rattling them off. Instead, let me kind of walk you through the highlights in a way that shows why all of this really matters. First off, this partnership is huge for adoption, right? It plugs the XRP Ledger, known as XRPL, right into the real world finance, right? Now let's think about it. If Mastercard, a company that's basically part of the financial bloodstream of the world, is actually willing to use the XRPL to move money, well, that's a serious vote of confidence. It's kind of like the crypto world just got an express pass into mainstream payments system. Now, we've always kind of talked about when will crypto go mainstream? Well, this is it. It's happening now in real time with real institutions. Second, it's a really good credibility boost for Ripple and for XRP. Partnering with global heavyweights like Mastercard and a regulated bank like WebBank, it tells everyone, hey, this tech is solid and enterprise ready. Now, for years, skeptics have said that there's no big bank or company that would ever touch XRP or its ledger because of the controversies or just fear of the unknown. Well, here we are. A major financial player is not only touching it, but also embracing it for something as mission critical as payment settlement. Now, to me, that's a very loud and clear validation of everything that Ripple has been building. Now, if you're an XRP holder, you know how good it feels to see that recognition from traditional finance world. And the numbers could follow, right? Because every time Mastercard and WebBank use RLUSD on XRPL to settle transactions, that's potentially a spike in on-chain activity. More transactions on the ledger means more utility, and more utility usually means a stronger ecosystem. And yes, potentially a more valuable XRP in the long run. Now, there's actually over $1 billion worth of RLUSD stablecoins already circulating, and if that starts moving across the XRPL for real-world payments, well, demand for XRP could rise too. Why? Because XRP is still the fuel of the XRP ledger, right? It's used for transaction fees and as a bridge currency. So greater network activity can increase usage of XRP itself. But beyond the tech and the numbers, there's a regulatory victory here too. Ripple is demonstrating that they can work within the existing financial rules, not against them. Now, by collaborating with a US bank and playing nice with regulators to get approvals, they're actually basically saying, look, crypto can follow the rules and still innovate. After years of watching the SEC lawsuit drama, this actually feels a little refreshing. It's a path forward that could make regulators more comfortable with XRP's role in the financial system. Now, here is really where the story gets even more interesting, at least for me personally. Because all this talk about bridging crypto with real world, it reminds me of something that I've been tinkering with on the side. A project that is called Unity Nodes. Now here's a quick background for you guys. I'm a bit of a tech nerd at heart, always looking for new ways to earn crypto or use blockchain in everyday life. And Unity Nodes, it caught my attention big time. Now in simple terms, Unity actually lets you turn your smartphone into a crypto earning node by helping verify the global telecoms network. Sounds pretty wild, right? But basically you run a Unity application on your phone and it makes these tiny verification calls to test the network, right? Like a mini can you hear me kind of call moment, right? Now, in return for that, you actually earn crypto rewards. Now, you can choose to be paid in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, XRP, and amongst many other coins. It's kind of like mining, but instead of crunching some complex math problem, your phone is actually checking cell signal quality and catching any dead zones, which is actually real useful work. Now, I was intrigued enough that I actually went ahead and bought a Unity Node NFT, which came with 200 licenses. Now think of those licenses as seats for phones. Now, I'm not going to go out there and set up 200 phones overnight. What I am going to be doing is starting small to see how it goes. So the Unity app is looking to launch soon, probably live by the time this video goes out, and I do plan to hook up 10 phones to run a bit of a test. Now, if it is successful and the rewards are as solid as the website, as the Unity website specifies and advertises, then I'm going to probably scale up gradually. My goal here is to earn some extra crypto passively in the background, then take some of those earnings in Bitcoin, Ethereum, ADA, and of course, XRP, and stack them for the longer term portfolio. So it's kind of like staking or mining, but with cell phones doing these network tests. It's pretty cool, right? Now, a fair warning, just because I'm excited about Unity does not mean that you should go ahead and rush right into it. You've got to do your own research. That goes for any project, by the way. I'm going to put a link in the description down below to Unity's light paper and their rewards calculator so that you can check all of the details for yourselves. And if you've been following my channel already, you probably know that I've mentioned Unity a whole bunch of times already. So this concept, it isn't totally new. In fact, I even snagged a second and third Unity node, right? Simply because I'm planning on leasing them out to the community. And not everyone, of course, wants to drop the kind of money that is required on a full node or have the hassle of running 200 devices. So I'm going to be looking to lease out my licenses to people who are curious about Unity and want to get involved on a smaller scale. It's a way to kind of let others dip their toe into the world of Unity without having to deal with the 200 devices and all the management that goes with that. And it kind of helps me at least, maximize all of those extra licenses that I've got. Now, I'm going to share more information on this in our Discord. The link for that is going to be in the description down below. And of course, the Discord community has been chatting about Unity for quite a while. So if you're curious, definitely hop in there and see what other people are saying. Anyway, let's circle back to XRP because as cool as Unity is, the star of today's show is that Ripple Mastercard alliance, right? Now, the more that I think about it, the more that I see that this collaboration is bridging traditional finance and the crypto world in a way that we've been really waiting for. Now, it's not just about one partnership, it's actually a template, right? If this pilot with Mastercard really does work out, what's to stop other banks and card networks from following the same blueprint? Now, this could be the first domino that leads to even bigger adoption. So picture a year from now, not just Mastercard, but maybe Visa, American Express, or, international banks teaming up with Ripple because they've seen proof that blockchain payments can be faster and cheaper. Now, in that scenario, XRP, it isn't just the banker's coin or the cryptocurrency that we trade on exchanges. It actually becomes a part of the plumbing of global finance. And that is a pretty huge deal. Now, I always want to kind of point out that Ripple's been building to this moment step by step. I mean, remember a few months ago, in August, when they rolled out the Gemini credit card that gives cashback in XRP. Now, at the time, it kind of felt almost like, I guess, a bit of a novelty. Hey, spend some dollars, get XRP rewards, cool. But actually in hindsight here, that was Ripple and Gemini laying the groundwork, getting people used to the idea of using XRP in everyday transactions. Now, with Mastercard in the mix, those early moves are actually proving their worth, right? Each success, each partnership, it builds on the last, showing that big players that, hey, this does indeed work and people want it. Now, I can practically feel the investor confidence surging. Just seeing a headline like Mastercard teams up with Ripple is enough to make any XRP holder smile. But beyond the feelings, it can lead to real market sentiment improvements. Now, it's been a pretty tough road for XRP at times, right? The SEC saga, being in the shadow of Bitcoin and Ethereum in the United States. But news like this is a reminder that Ripple isn't standing still. They're pushing forward with their roadmap, making strategic acquisitions, and scoring partnerships that actually move the needle. Now, it gives me more confidence that holding XRP isn't just wishful thinking. The company and the tech are actively earning their place in the future of finance. And beyond just XRP itself, this kind of collaboration can elevate Ripple's entire ecosystem of products. If Mastercard is down to use the XRPL, then other financial institutions might soon be looking into Ripple's other solutions too, whether it's their payment software or liquidity tools. It all feels like more adoption across the board. Here's the big picture as it clicks in my head. XRP is quietly becoming part of the financial fabric, not just get-rich-quick schemes or outrageous price pumps, but through steady integration into systems that we use every single day. It's almost poetic, right? While some folks have been chasing the next meme coin or waiting for an overnight moonshot, Ripple has been methodically planting seeds for long-term growth. And now one of those seeds is sprouting into a giant redwood tree with a Mastercard logo carved right into the side of it. Now, this one might just shock you, but I'm not a financial advisor, and nothing in this video is financial advice. Cryptocurrencies are highly volatile, and you could lose all of the money that you invest. You should always do your own research and consult a qualified professional. After all, your investments are entirely your responsibility, and you should know that nothing is ever guaranteed when it comes to investing. Neither I, this channel, nor YouTube are liable for any losses, and this video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Now, with that said, let's talk about what this could mean for all of us in the crypto community. If Mastercard's pilot proves successful, it wouldn't surprise me, or at least it wouldn't be surprised at all, if a wave of institutions start exploring XRP's ledger for their own use cases. Now, that could mean more demand for XRP, more liquidity, or a more just robust ecosystem. It's kind of like the early days of the internet. Once one big company came online, the rest didn't want to be left behind. Now, we might be seeing the start of that kind of domino effect for crypto in finance. And for us regular people, this is validation. It means that the next time someone scoffs at your XRP holdings or calls crypto a fad, you can point to things like this partnership and say, actually, it's already being used to improve the payment systems that you rely on every day. It's not just speculative magic internet money anymore, it's real tech solving real problems behind the scenes. Now, before I wrap up, I promised that I would share that promo to help you snag some free XRP, right? Well, recently I've partnered up with Kraken's crypto exchange to hook you all up with a rather special deal. So if you sign up using my link that's in the description and trade $100 worth of any cryptocurrency, not counting stablecoins of course, within 30 days, you're going to get $25 worth of XRP deposited into your account. It's basically free XRP bonus for testing out the Kraken exchange. Now, this is a limited time offer, so if you are interested, check out the full details that are on the website and also linked in the description down below. It's a pretty sweet way to accumulate a little extra XRP, and at the very least, it's another exchange account that you're going to have ready. I always say that in a bull market, you're probably going to want a plan A, a plan B, a plan C when it comes to the exchanges. But you never know when a platform might actually get overloaded or go down when things get a bit crazy. Now, I make sure that I'm signed up for verified, KYC completed, and have tested small trades on multiple different exchanges. That way, when the market is hot and everyone is trying to FOMO in, I'm not stuck waiting for approvals or fighting for withdrawal issues, right? Kraken is just one of those exchanges that I do personally use, and so are others like Blowfin, BitGet, Coinbase, Binance, so many more. And by the way, All of those there's a link in the description down below, I should say, right? And all of the links on my website, they actually are affiliate links, which basically means if you click them, it supports the channel here and doesn't cost you anything extra, but it really does support the channel. So if you do go over to my website using the link that's in the description below and use any of those links, it's a big thank you for using the links to sign up, because it really genuinely does help make all of this content possible. So where do we land after all of this then? Well, for me, it's a long time, at least as a long-time XRP holder, this journey has been nothing short of validating, right? From rumors and myths to real partnerships and pilot programs. It feels like we're watching a legend turn into reality here. No, I'm not here to claim that XRP will hit some kind of arbitrary price by next Tuesday, no. But I am saying is that what's happening right now with Ripple and Mastercard is laying a foundation that could make those lofty price targets maybe a little bit more palatable and plausible in the longer run. Now, it's the kind of progress that reminds me why I got into crypto in the first place, to see real change in how money moves. The story of Ripple and Mastercard teaming up is more than just a news headline for me. It's a part of my own crypto journey. It's a story of, at least that I'm going to be telling friends and family when they ask. So, what's actually going on with that XRP thing that you always talk about? And you know what? It shows that patience and conviction can pay off. Not just in the potential profits, but in witnessing the world inch closer to a financial revolution. Anyway, if you have enjoyed coming along on this particular adventure with me, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe button, because there's a lot more to discover, and you're not going to want to miss what's coming next. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.